Marble Falls. Um, that's a small town. My parents live very close to my house, and my nieces and nephews, and my sister and my brother. It's the life of a small town, you know. Philosophy and theology and psychology, all of that, they're all related, and art is part of that. When I'm going to make a piece of like an angel, you know, I go through the theology behind that angel. Or Our Lady of Guadalupe, the last mosaic that I made, it was very interesting to learn all the theology behind that painting from the people in Mexico and the Mexican culture and all of that. So it's something that, you know, they're all related to me. Art is always, you know, since a child I used to draw and do little things. I grew up in a small town called Sogamoso. When I finished high school, I moved to Tunja, and I went to college in Tunja, which is up on the mountains. It's very cold the whole year. It was a very difficult time for my family and me, because Colombia is a very violent country, and we experienced some kidnapping and problems. So they moved here 4 years ago to the United States. It was a blessing to have me here because I was ready to help them. I grew up Catholic, you know, in a Catholic family. And when I finished high school, I was not sure if I was called to be a priest or to do something different. And then when I was in the seminary in Tunja, I was there for 3 years, and I discovered that the Catholic Church is a universal church, you know, that the same church in Europe or South America or North America is the same. So I decided to be a missionary, to go to a different place and serve. My first assignment was in El Paso, and I was very busy. It was a big church, and the pastor, he used to play golf every day, and I was like, I don't want to do that. You know, my free time, I want to do something that I like. A friend of mine, another priest, Father Drennan from Austin, from San Antonio, he gave me as a Christmas gift a set of tools and tiles. And I storage that for a while, and then one day I decided to open the bags, and I said, I'm going to start working. And I was always fascinated with mosaics. You know, every time I go to Italy or Greece, and it's just, they're beautiful. So I did my first mosaic, and then I said I want to go to school, and I went to the School of Mosaic in Ravenna. I believe the oldest mosaic is from the 4th century before Jesus Christ, and they used to be like white and black because they used marble. And the first mosaics were floor mosaics. Then in the 5th and the 6th century, they decided to move those to the walls and later to the ceilings. The Byzantine style uses a lot of blues for the sky at the very beginning. And then at the end, they decided to move to gold. And so heaven now is gold. When you go to a church, you have the people, and then you have the saints, and then the apostles, and then God on the ceiling. So it's a beautiful, you know, going from heaven to earth. And you're part of that history. Granite is a very hard stone to break. I used it sometimes, but not that much, because it's a very strong, hard stone to break. Marble is very easy to break. So I use some, you know, materials, new things, local materials. My parents, they moved here and they were very depressed at the very beginning. They were like homesick, and So this is a very good therapy for them, to come over here and break stones and break the glass. And every morning my father comes and I, you know, it's good for him. It's a very good therapy, and he feels good now. And every time we have an exhibit, he feels that, you know, it's something that we create. My biggest responsibility, it's the people of God, you know, the community. Since I baptized the little baby to when I married them, when I buried them. So it's just to be a good shepherd. There's a letter from John Paul II to craftsmen. God created everything from nothing. You know, He is the creator. And we're craftsmen because we give beauty to what God created. Everything is beautiful. So art is a gift. We are in a busy society and we have so many things to do, and we are always searching for peace. And when you see a beautiful piece of art and you find peace, that's a gift that comes, you know, from God.
Become a Docublogger. Log on to Docubloggers.org to share your opinions and story ideas, or get out your camera and create your own docublog.